Hello, friends. Today I'm here with you on what marked the 30th day since the massacre of over 1,500 of our innocent fellow Jews. And today has been a day of deep reflection for me. I know it's been hard for everyone, and I don't have thoughts to share with everyone. This has been just this massive open chasm in my brain, and as far as anything I could say about that, I have no words to explain or ease this terrible suffering and loss. And thankfully, the Jewish people have an ancient and well-known tradition and rules and laws of mourning, and these have carried us through, and we have pathways by which we can honor the loss of the Kadoshim, the holy ones, who gave their lives in this horrible, horrible massacre. And we will just continue to walk this pathway of honoring their existence with strengthening our lives as Jewish people, the way we always do, with learning Torah, the sacred teachings, with giving tzedakah, charity, in their honor and in their name, and to help their families and to help each other, and with spreading the light of the Infinite One by means of doing good deeds and kindness. And in the words of the Rebbe, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, upon the death of his wife, Chayamushka, Hachayiten al libo, the living shall give unto the hearts of those who have gone on ahead. And we know that in the heavenly yeshiva, their light is present for their families and for us. What more can I say to add to that? But I've been thinking about all the people who are suffering day in and day out with this tremendous burden of trauma, of knowing how they were hurt. And unfortunately, so many have seen so many images and watched videos and now carry this in our minds, and it's causing this ongoing devastation. And there's an element of a feeling that we have to bear witness. And for me, the knowledge of how they were hurt and tortured and murdered I can carry this with me and know that each and every one of us bear witness, and we can remember their names and light a candle for their spirits and all the good deeds. But do we have to live with this trauma, this wound that's expanding within our psyche, to honor them? And I think the answer is no. I think that for every one of us who carries their pain and who lives their terror day in and day out with these visual images and with these memories of what we've learned of how they suffered, I think that we add victims. We add victims to the perpetrators, and we allow the deeds of the perpetrators to ripple like waves within ourselves and within our communities, and to distort the light that we have and the light that we bring to our families. And so I say we need to also bring some healing to ourselves. And I think that's part of the process of mourning, is that little by little we allow ourselves to heal, and all that needs to remain is our loving memory and the good that we can do for the souls of all who suffered. So while I don't have words of comfort and I don't have words of wisdom, and the Torah and Tehillim, our Psalms, have so many words of comfort for us, and so many words of the eternal wisdom, but I have nothing like that. But what I do know is I know techniques to process trauma, and so that I want to share with you. And following this video, I'm recording a separate video, and I'm going to basically walk us through some inner work that we can do to help us process our trauma and help us cleanse ourselves of this trauma. And this also we will do in their honor. And we will say, we will not allow this terror to infect the souls of all of the brethren of our lost ones. And we will heal from within, and we will give ourselves that. So before I move on to my video sharing some techniques with everyone, I'm going to ask that before we start watching that video, find yourselves a nice quiet place. Ideally, once we have this technique, I think it could be done everywhere. It could be done on the subway, it could be done on the bus, it could be done in your office. But at least initially, find yourselves a nice quiet place. If you have to have a light, it should be candlelight. Try to avoid electric lights. And position yourself in such a way that your spine is straight. And you can support your back with a chair. You can be laying in a bed. You can be laying on your side with your knees curled. You can be sitting on the floor, cross-legged, or with your feet folded under your legs. But do try to have your spine straight. And we're going to again bring ourselves mentally into that space. I hope that this inner journey that I walk you through is helpful and useful. And I will be offering a cleansing of the channel of the pericardium. And this channel was traditionally known as the master of the heart. And this energy channel acts as an emotional filter. And when we have a terrible impact like this, our filter is overwhelmed, and it starts to impact our emotional responses to our day-to-day life, and starts to impact our physical health and the health of all of our organs. So it's very important when we've had such a trauma that we do breath work to cleanse this channel of the pericardium. And I'll walk us through this, no guessing games involved. So I'll see you in my next video.